open up my right hip and connect via the ankles. What this enables me to do, it enables me to pummel my knee in and start looking to get inside position at his knee and hip. And I can choose to go to a... So today I'll go over some of my tripod passing. So generally the thought behind this is understanding the situation and the posture that my opponent is in and trying to pass accordingly. So I don't want to try to do something that might be harder than it should be. So in a situation, especially when my partner is seated, what I'm going to be looking to do, since he's seated, his upper body is inherently closer to me than if he were on his back. So I'm going to try to take advantage of that fact and gain control of his upper body before even looking to pass his legs. So generally there are two ways you can look to pass someone's guard, and you have to meet two criteria. One is controlling the upper body and pinning their shoulders in that, and two is passing their legs, or aka like denying them the ability to manage distance with their legs. And so what I'm going to be looking to do is do one or the other. So I can pass the legs first or get the upper body first. So in this case, because he's seated, his upper body's closer to me, I'm going to get his upper body. Generally the grips I tend to favor are going to be, if we circle a little bit here, are going to be on one underhook and one head block. So in order for me to get this, I want to create separation between my opponent's elbows and his ribs. And so I can do that in a few ways. Some of my favorite being threatening to put him to his back and putting weight onto his hands. And by putting weight onto his hands, so he doesn't want to concede to a supine guard, notice how once he pulls his hands down, there's separation between his elbow and his ribs. And so that's going to present to me a very good opportunity to start looking to shoot an underhook, get head to head, and pin his shoulders to the mat. Once this happens, now it's a matter of passing his legs. And so, whether that be through various forms of leg pummels, hip switches, etc., once I pass the legs, I'm already in a great pass position because I've already pinned his upper body, because that's what I started out with. It's the similar benefit to passing with half guard styles of passes, because you're already controlling their upper body. Once you pass the legs, it's a great position to work from. So from here, we'll go over some of my favorite leg pummels. Let's circle a little bit. So from here, I'll demonstrate from hands on the mat just so it's easier to hear. But from here, what I'm going to be looking to do on the side that I have an underhook, so let's say I have a right arm underhook, I'm going to look to bring knee to knee to try to directly affect his femur and access it as a lever and bring it across his hips. If I manage to do so, this is great. I have an underhook, I've pinned his upper body, and I've managed to pass the legs. However, you can anticipate resistance against a good opponent. So as I look to go knee to knee and bring things across, he closes me open. And what I'm going to look to do is, instead of connecting to him via our knees, I'm going to look to open up my right hip and connect via the ankles. What this enables me to do, it enables me to pummel my knee in and start looking to get inside position at his knee and hip. And I can choose to go to a straight hip or a cross hip. Generally, dependent on the situation, a cross hip is going to be more conducive to quick passes, whereas a straight hip is going to be more conducive to controlling and then slowly working towards the pass. So I'll change the angle a little bit, but this is one of my favorite pummels. I look at it from here, so I'll manage to create separation between Tyler's elbows, whether it's that by forcing him to post, lifting his ankles, forcing him onto his back, etc. And in his reaction, in his efforts to stop that, what he's going to do is post his hands to the mat. And so once that happens, I get an underhook, I float my head next to his head, and once again, I'll demonstrate from here. I go knee to knee, so I drive the knees across. He opens his knees, I'm going to flare my knee out and connect at the ankles. Now that my knees free to move, I can go into straight hip, or cross it, and finish with a good pass. This is one of my favorite pummels I tend to use, especially from a headquarters position, when I'm tripoded up. I like playing with my hips high since it forces me control over their upper body, and it makes it very easy to pass, very flexible and good opponents.
Yeah, so when Joseph first arrived to Austin with the B team, he was killing everybody with this high tripod passing. It was very, very impressive, and it's really a different style of passing than what people are used to. So Joseph right now, he's based between Shanghai and Austin, right? Probably be back in Austin again later this year to prep for the next trials. Joseph, if people want to find you, how do they find you, bro?
My Instagram's Jozef Chen Jiu-Jitsu, so Jozef Chen JJ. Also on Instagram.
Awesome, thank you, bro.